This is the value of wrestling, the revolutionary force in wrestling podcasting.
It's your boy Miguel Z with the Value of Wrestling New Japan Rebound Podcast. I've got a guest for you folks at Stockton Con.
What up, everybody? AJ Kirsch here, the voice and the host of Stockton Con. The value of wrestling is awesome, so subscribe on YouTube. Scan the QR code right here, now. Subscribe, check it out.
There we go.
You'll be glad you did.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, that part. Hey, man, shout out the Value of Wrestling. I'm right here with the Big O's, San Jose. We done shut the shit down. Love and respect, though, right? Value of Wrestling. Hello.
Man, thank you, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Value of Wrestling on the Big Time. Welcome to another edition of Big Tyme Rants. I am here live in the living colors. Thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Right here on the Value of Wrestling. Lots of breaking news that we want to cover. Coming out of last night's pay-per-view, AEW Revolution. Some news from that. AEW making a lot of announcements. WWE making a big announcement this morning about the WWE Hall of Fame. We've all been waiting for it, and a big name has been announced. We're going to discuss that. We're going to talk about all of that. But first, let me talk about last night. If you watch our AEW Revolution post-show review, you may have noticed something funky like a monkey going down. And unfortunately, I do apologize. Last night, one of my buttons on my voice mod systems got hit. Typically, I have this setting to help reduce noises in the background and focus on my voice and make sure it sounds clear. Unfortunately, last night, I hit one that it got hit at some point that I was unaware of to be a magic cord. So throughout the whole episode, for the most part, for about the hour long that it was, I was unaware. My co-host at one point had tried to tell me, but during pre-setups, I'm doing 20 million things. So I missed their statement or comments. It flew over my head. And we just the lack of communication in that moment. Nobody's fault. It was completely by accident. So formally, I apologize if you didn't think our show last night was up to your standards, if you didn't enjoy this show, if you thought it was unprofessional. You know, in life, sometimes things happen, and you know, you have to roll with it. And I think we did a great show, even with the situation that was given. You know, if there's something you didn't like last night, I do apologize and hope that you'll give us another opportunity. Out of the over 400 videos we have on the channel, you know, that was one, and there's plenty other ones that you can check out and find out about all the content and all the stuff we put up. So, you know, definitely check out everything on the channel. If you're looking for some entertainment, if you enjoyed it, as some people did last night, if you're looking for an entertaining review of last night's show, go ahead and turn into the AEW Revolution 2024 post-show review that we did right here on YouTube last night. Over an hour, we talked about it. I sang most of the time until somebody joined us in the chat and let me know that I was singing. But yes, no, I have a voice mod system. I usually have it on a nice clean, so I sound good, but it does allow me to change to different voices at different points in time. And, you know, it is a way that it goes. And unfortunately, I can't hear myself because it doesn't help me. But see, like, I can hit buttons like this, and as soon as it comes up, hopefully,
I hear sounds and noises like this. You know, it changes the style. And some background noises. You know, I get a song being an announcer. Get the get-go, get it that way. Let me hear the styles. And of course, last night,
they had me singing like this. So, it happens, unfortunately. And, you know, you do what you got to do in that given situation. We rolled with it. But unfortunately, the wrong button got pushed on this last night, and I do apologize. And I hope you'll give us an opportunity to show that we're one of the best groups here, trying to bring you the very best in professional wrestling content each and every day, each and every week, right here on the Value of Wrestling on YouTube. So join us and join me for this Big Tyme Rants. Let's go over the news. Let's get into it. AEW star hints at contract negotiations coming up. Lance Archer recently was on had an interview with the Wrestling Purist where he talked about his contract negotiations. He said, there could be some negotiations pretty soon, but everything is good right now. It seems like he is very happy with his direction and how he's being used in AEW, even though the fans may feel like he's not being used to the best of his ability or the best of his, character. We'd like to see Lance Archer used in a way that really makes Lance Archer look strong, but it looks like Lance Archer is coming close to contract negotiations, but doesn't look like he's going to be moving anywhere. He is very happy in AEW. In a recent episode of the Storytime podcast with Dutch Mantel, he expressed his views on Jake Hager. Perceived lack of momentum in AEW, Mantel suggests that Hager should consider leaving the company and get a job. And I quote, "The best thing Hager can do right now is get a job. Quit the promotion. Well, Samoa Joe and Hager, I don't say anything that's right off the bat. You got to look at chemistry, and you got to go in. You got to take time with Jack and say, I went in there with him, which I wouldn't do because I'm not in the condition enough to even get in the ring anymore. If you brought him back, I think we, the people, a political gimmick would work. I think it's a regression, but now teaming up with Claudio, there's a lot of options there. But Dutch Mantel talking about Jake Hager and how he possibly needs to move on from AEW. Recently seen his return where he came out and helped out Orange Cassidy, and nothing else follows. Deonna Purrazzo took on timeless Toni Storm, AEW Women's Champion last night. Deonna Purrazzo came up on the losing end of that match. Unfortunately, if you're a big Deonna Purrazzo fan, it was probably not your favorite match this year go down. But at one point in the match, it looked like Toni Storm tapped out, but the ref didn't call it. Deonna Purrazzo went to Twitter, went to X saying Toni Storm tapped out. This is all. That is what Deonna Purrazzo has to say. This must mean this feud will continue and go on. We will see how this plays out. Last night at AEW Revolution, we saw the return of the one half of the Red Dragons. We saw a former member of Undisputed Era return to AEW TV. Kyle O'Reilly has made his re-emergence to AEW. Very, very different looking. Some probably didn't notice him right away, but he showed up at the end of the match with Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong as Roderick Strong was celebrating his title victory. And AEW let us know that he is back. And Kyle O'Reilly took to his Instagram to break his silence while paying tribute to Sting. And Kyle O'Reilly said this: "Getting to share a brief moment with you in front of an audience was the highlight of my career. Coincidentally, it was the last time I've been seen on TV, so for me to return tonight was extra surreal, but tonight is not about me or anybody else. It's about honoring a legendary career and celebrating the retirement of the man called Sting. Congratulations, Stinger. Thanks for the memories and for making my childhood so special." Kyle O'Reilly broke his silence after the show, going on X. Kyle O'Reilly making his return to AEW TV. Can't wait to see what we're going to get there. Hopefully we get some continuing of this story on Wednesday on Dynamite. Tony Khan declares AEW has the world's best roster following 2024 Revolution event. AEW has been around the block since January of 2019. The company has undergone numerous changes. Following the Revolution pay-per-view, Tony Khan has declared that AEW has the best roster in the world. It was truly a night of memorable moments and incredible in-ring action, with Will Ospreay and Takeshita being a match of the year contender for many, which is very true. Tony Khan went on afterwards at the media scrum to boldly declare that AEW has the best roster in the world of professional wrestling right now. And I quote, "AEW is the best roster in the world," says Tony Khan. Tony Khan declaring he has the best roster in the world. That is a wait and see. You can have some of the greatest talent in your company, but it depends on how you use them, Tony. So we're going to have to wait and see how that plays out. But Tony Khan going out declaring he has the best roster in the world. I don't know about that as a factor. That's a bold and hard statement. That would be, it's going to be interesting to see how we back that. Really, I mean, it's going to be an interesting one to stand on. Tony Khan, All Elite Wrestling heavily depends on its partnership with Warner Brothers Discovery. Khan has actively worked to satisfy Warner Brothers Discovery with AEW content, fueling speculations about a potential media rights deal. Well, speaking during the post-AEW Revolution media scrum, Tony Khan was asked about the status of AEW's deal with Warner Brothers Discovery as the contractual year is coming up. And I quote, this is from Tony Khan. We're still in this exclusive phase with Warner Brothers Discovery, which has been amazing for AEW. Very excited about the rest of 2024. I think 2024 will rise to the occasion. Warner Brothers Discovery and AEW have built a very close relationship, and the current management group came in and have embraced AEW even more than before, more than ever before. We're already on such great footing. The past year, we've gone 3 hours on TV, and we've added more pay-per-view events, and we're excited to add a Dynasty. Dynasty going to be next month's pay-per-view event, April 21st. Dynasty live from St. Louis, Missouri. Another pay-per-view. AEW stacking up the pay-per-views. We're going to have to see how this plays out in that. I would say it's a great time for us with Warner Brothers Discovery, and conversations have gone really well. I'm very happy to be here with Warner Brothers Discovery, and we're still in the exclusive phase ever. We're still in that exclusive phase ever of AEW history. So Tony Khan, not necessarily giving us a direct answer, just continuing to be the hype man that Tony Khan seems to be and seems to know to be. We have the best roster in the world. Everything's great. Everything is wonderful. Tony Khan watching too much of the Lego movie, it seems. So we'll have to wait and see if they will renew their AEW contract with Warner Brothers Discovery. Will AEW stay on Warner Brothers Discovery? Will it stay on the Superstation, TNT, and TBS? We will have to wait and see what the contractual year brings by the end of this year. As we know, WWE is going to Netflix. Raw is going to Netflix. SmackDown is going to USA. It is going to stay on Friday. NXT is going to the CW. The world of wrestling is changing, and we're seeing the landscape change slowly. We have to wait to see what AEW is going to do and what their future endeavors and how that's going to play out. But Tony Khan is always singing the praises, singing the high hopes, singing how great, how safe, how wonderful AEW is. Breaking news out of WWE. Everybody's been waiting and wondering when it'll happen. And this morning, through the AP, it was announced as the first member of the WWE Hall of Fame class for 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, the White Man, Paul Heyman, has been announced as the inaugural member of the honorary class. The induction ceremony is scheduled to take place on April 5th at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. This is a city synonymous with Heyman's groundbreaking work in ECW. Reflecting on his illustrious career, Heyman has expressed gratitude for the recognition, but emphasizes that he still feels he has so much left to accomplish. Quoting, I constantly feel like I'm just getting started and I'm just figuring this out, was a comment from Heyman. Despite his remarkable achievements, he views his body of work as incomplete, driven by a relentless desire to continue pushing boundaries and achieving new heights. Heyman's journey in wrestling spans decades, starting in the early 1970s when he served as a photographer for Vince McMahon Sr. in the then Worldwide Wrestling Federation. He later made his mark as a manager in WCW as Paul E. Dangerously, creating the Dangerously Alliance before revolutionizing the industry as the creative force behind ECW, taking it from Easter Championship Wrestling to Extreme Championship Wrestling in the mid-90s. Heyman innovative storytelling and unparalleled vision cemented his legacy as one of the most influential figures in wrestling history. The decision to hold the induction ceremony in Philadelphia at the iconic home of ECW adds an extra layer of significance to Heyman's induction, honoring his profound impact on the industry and his enduring legacy in the city where his revolutionary vision took flight. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Heyman has been will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2024. Hopefully with some other big names that we can't wait to see. Bray Wyatt being heavily speculated to get into the WWE Hall of Fame, Chris Benoit being up there, other members of ECW such as Sabu, the Sandman, and many other names that are being thrown around probably could be inducted to the Hall of Fame. I say Bray Wyatt. If you go female, I would probably say AJ Lee at this point. A lot of opportunities for some big ones, but man, what a name to be the headliner. Cannot wait to see a Hall of Fame induction and hear what Paul Heyman has to say. One of the best talkers, one of the best storytellers in the business. If you've never watched a Paul Heyman interview outside of WWE where he really sits down and talks, you're in for a treat, and WrestleMania weekend is going to be awesome. I can't wait till the Hall of Fame. This is going to be one of the most anticipated Hall of Fame speeches ever. Paul Heyman is going to have a moment and going to be a Hall of Famer. Congratulations, Paul Heyman, at Paul Heyman, or at Heyman Hustle. We appreciate everything you've done to change this business. Heyman has been associated with some of the biggest names in the business, from Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, CM Punk. He's been associated with Curtis Axel, and going into ECW where he helped build the names of the Sandman, Sabu, Rod Van Dam, helped bring and change what the man known as Steve Austin, who later came to WWE as Stone Cold Steve Austin, helped give Mick Foley a place to come and do his craft, along with several other great names. He was in WCW as Paul D. Dangerously, had one of the greatest alliances with Larry Zbyszko, Arn Anderson, beautiful Bobby Eaton, ravishing Rick Rude, and stunning Steve Austin, let alone the several other places that he was there throughout the wrestling world. It's amazing to see him and amazing to hear this. Congratulations, Paul Heyman. We thank you for everything you've done and can't wait to see what you have to say. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is Monday Night Raw. Me and Mr. Clark will be here with a post-show review, breaking down everything that happened on Raw. Can't wait to get there and see how it went, and see what we get going forwards as we head further down the road to WrestleMania. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for being here. Make sure you hit the like on this video. Let's get this out there. Let's get tons of likes. Let's get this out in the algorithm. Help us get out and get recognized. Make sure you continue to follow us. Ring that bell for notifications so whenever any new content videos or anything else comes up or whenever we go live, you'll be notified right away. And also, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Join the Value Wrestling family. We are growing. We are marching our way forward step by step, and we need everybody to help support us. Everybody's already subscribed. We thank you for your support and your continued support. But for now, I will see you on the next one.